Yes, I'm Gina. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I am Nikita. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to be your counselor for the next 8 to 12 weeks, depending on your progress. If anything does come up, like stuff due in life, you can reschedule for another time.
Okay, sure.
So, have you ever been to counseling before?
No, actually, this is my first time doing this. I'm nervous. It's weird talking to someone about your problems.
Yeah, I understand that. Counseling is going to help you to understand yourself more, help you develop as a person, and help you move forward despite the charges and problems going on in your life right now. Over time, it will get a lot easier to open up to me, but I will make this environment a very comfortable one. This is a safe place just for you. What do you want to see from me from this counseling experience?
I want you to help me cope with everything that's happening. I want to be comfortable and for you to listen. I have never had anyone to speak with about my problems, and now you are that person for me.
Well, I'm very glad to be that person for you. So let's get started with the paperwork. Anything you say here is completely confidential unless it's in your harm or someone else's harm. Also, if the court requires any documentation, as well as my supervisor, the information spoken here can be passed on. So this is what that document says. I just need you to sign here. Okay, thank you. I will also have these notes on me throughout the sessions. If you want to see them at any time, you may just ask me.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so give me a brief explanation of the charges that you received and why you decided to be here today.
Well, at school, I ended up stealing some money, an iPad, and some clothing from people. Later that week, I don't know, I just got into an argument with the hall monitor. I had a knife on me, so I just took it out and cut his jacket.
Is there any reason why you stole those items? I understand anger can also get the best of you, but pulling out a weapon is very dangerous and scary to some people, and it can put you in a bad position.
Well, you can't tell me what to do, okay?
That is definitely not what I'm doing. I am here to help you. This is a safe environment for you to share anything with me.
I don't know why I did it. I was just angry. I had a knife at hand, so my instinct was to take it out. I just missed my dad, and I'm pregnant, so I thought I was protecting my baby.
You're pregnant. That's great. You have to be an example to your baby. No weapon is ever safe around a baby. Do you understand that?
I do. Because if the hall monitor were to get mad and grab the knife from me, my baby would be in danger.
I'm very glad you understand that. I think for the future, a good idea would be to not carry a weapon around, because then you won't feel the instinct to pull it out and use it. Others may not feel at risk to take out a weapon on you and put your own baby in danger.
I understand.
Okay, so what is your earliest childhood memory?
It's a sad memory.
You can take all the time you need to talk about it.
I was sexually abused by my own uncle. It recently stopped because I had the courage to tell my mom and dad.
I am so sorry to hear that. It must be hard to live with that in your mind. When I was young, I was also physically abused by a past boyfriend, so I do know what it feels like to be in your position. What was their response when you decided you were told to tell your parents?
They didn't believe me. I know my mom has a lot on her plate and doesn't want to deal with it, but I need my dad. I need to see him face to face to tell him, then he'll believe me.
How long was this abuse going on?
From what I can remember, since I was 6 years old, I was scared. I didn't know what to say or who to tell.
I'm very glad you told your parents and me about this big event in your life. Have you ever received support from anyone?
No, I have never told anyone until recently.
I know it must be hard living with that memory in your head all the time, but now that you've told me and your parents, there will be precautions taken so that you never have to see him again. If such a thing ever happens, do not be afraid to tell someone, because you can get help. I will sign you up for a walk-in support group where you can talk to others who've been through the same situation. It will help you to find ways to cope with the event that happened. I noticed you said you needed your father in a time like this. Tell me more about him.
My dad, I was very close to him. He was like my best friend. But it's hard because he's in jail right now for armed robbery and dealing with drug charges. I just need him for things like this. I know he will make me happy.
I know, I understand everyone needs their parents at times like this. What do you think your father would say to you after all of these things happening?
I know he's happy that I'm having a baby, but he's not happy that I'm stealing, getting into fights at school. He will be disappointed in me. He will be mad at himself when I tell him about the abuse. He will think it's his fault because he wasn't around, but it isn't.
Why do you think that is?
I guess because he doesn't want me to end up where he is. He just would blame himself for the abuse.
But do you believe that yourself?
I do believe that he doesn't want me to be where he is. I don't want to have to leave my child like how he left me. But it just happens. My friends steal, so I do it with them too.
The friends that you steal with, do you like them?
I do. But those are the only people at school that give me attention. So really, I have no one else. And Jerome goes to another school.
So, if do you find do you want to find something else to do rather than engaging in those behaviors and those friends?
Of course, but I don't have any money for other things. I don't know what else to do.
Well, maybe I can be of help to you for that. What is something that you like to do?
I like to dance.
You like to dance, really? Well, I would like to sign you up for dance classes then a few times a week. How would you like that?
That would be great. I would be able to use my downtime for something more convenient.
I agree with you. I think you should reach out and contact your father every week. I understand he makes you happy, and I think this will help you move forward from the abuse that happened. I think you should also make little journals and send them to him on a weekly basis, because then he'll be able to understand you more and it will help you let everything out to your best friend.
That's a good idea. I think I'll do that more.
So tell me more about your other family members.
Well, my mom's never home. She has 2 jobs to provide for me, my brother, and herself.
You have a brother. How old is he?
He's 15.
So do you think he looks up to you?
Definitely. He's always with me when we are home, following in my footsteps.
That's good. Do you think you're setting the right example for him?
In some ways, yes. I go to school every day, even though I don't want to. I help my mom as much as I can, but I don't want him to do the same things I do.
Wow, that came out very fast. So let me get this straight. You do things at home to help out, but you don't want your brother to engage in the bad behavior, correct?
Yes. Exactly. The stealing, the fighting, the fact that I'm having a child at such a young age.
Honestly, most siblings learn from their older siblings, so I think our best bet for him is for you not to engage in that bad behavior. Do other activities that will deter you from the bad crowd. Are those friends the only reason that you steal?
To be honest, no. I only have my mother right now, who pretty much works at her capacity. We don't have much. I don't have a job, so I just steal stuff that I want and I need.
Think about it this way. Imagine someone else stealing your stuff for the exact same reason you just stated.
I understand where you're getting at. It's wrong for me to steal someone's stuff. Someone else might have less than me, but they're happy with it.
Exactly. So before doing things, always put yourself in someone else's shoes, breathe in and out, and ask yourself if it's the right thing to do.
I think sometimes I just need to think about what I'm about to do and have some self-control.
And I'm glad you understand that. Before you leave for today, I believe that the officials say you may have ADHD. You may or may not, but I would like to send you in for testing so that it can determine if you do or don't. This will help you to develop as a person and help you and me understand you more. I will be able to help you to the best of my ability this way. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so perfect. It was great meeting you. You did great today. I know it was hard opening up to me, but you did an amazing job with it. I'm very glad you did.
Thank you. I feel comfortable now. I look forward to seeing you next week and talking more.
That's good to hear, considering the attitude you gave me earlier. I will see you next week at 3 p.m.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.